You are locked into the Sports Zone, Razorback Nation's home for the real talk, bold takes, and no off seasons. I'm your host, Cordell, aka the Wine Boss, serving up the smooth sports insight with a bold finish. Welcome everybody today to episode three of the Sports Zone. We're going to talk about Taylen Green's camera that he's been wearing in fall camp. What is it? Where did it come from? What does it do? And most of all, will it help him be a better quarterback? I have all the answers to all those questions on my show today. So without further ado, let's get into it. So here's the deal. All eyes are on the Hog, 6'6", 223-pound quarterback, Taylen Green. Expectations are high for the Red Shirt Senior, and many people are expecting him to take his game to the next level and improve on what's somewhat of an inefficient passing accuracy season for Green last year. Taylen Green only passed for 60.4% of his passes. The SEC average is 63%. He only passed for 15 touchdowns, and most of all, he struggled processing and reading coverages last season, especially in SEC play. Will this investment in virtual reality work? Well, it did for Jayden Daniels. Everybody knows Jayden Daniels, the former LSU Tiger quarterback that went pro and set the NFL on fire last season as a rookie by taking the Washington Commanders all the way to the conference semifinals. Conference, no, they went to the conference championship. I'm sorry, and they lost to the Eagles. That's what it was. So for a rookie to do that, and for Jayden Daniels to actually go on record and stating that the device that he uses is similar to what Arkansas's quarterback Taylen Green has, and he's using. And he said, and I quote, it helped his ability to play fast and process information. So we'll see if this takes Taylen Green to another level, just like it did for Jayden Daniels. So we're gonna take a quick look at the clip of Taylen Green um, actually talking about the device and how it all came into fruition and the things that he did to get the coaching staff to get on board.
He's doing the VR thing, and he said it was like a really big. It helped an advantage. Um,
Imagine being able to build anything just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
mentally, and I talked to Coach Petrino and Coach Pittman, and I'm grateful for them to allowing me to, not just me but the whole quarterback room to the whole quarterback room to, a little audible there. Little what was I saying? Yeah, the quarterback room to use that. So and shout out to reps for helping us set it up, and we've done it all fall camp, so I can get unlimited reps in whether a certain front or a certain defense and with a certain offensive play, and I can be in my bedroom taking a drop or being in the quarterback room and actually like be like on the field. So it's definitely an advantage and a what is it called, an edge mentally. So
when you're able to tap into any play from anywhere, is that just like a virtual, like it's like the field is in VR, or is that
yeah,
just
the
like
whole
video
thing,
playback? I guess.
the whole thing's in VR.
How detailed is it?
I mean, it's like you're in it. Like I don't know how to explain it. It's like you're in it.
Have you seen it helping you already?
Definitely, like Coach Fishback, he does a great job of you can edit, like ask questions or what type of coverage it is, what front is it, and what is our checks towards it, or they can like speed it up and like say when I say hut, they can cut it at 2 seconds. So I got to tell them the whole thing, whether it's like I said, the coverage and all that. So it speeds up my process, so I have more time to process if I have to check the play or if my protection is good and things like that. So it definitely, and it builds a habit of our checklist of what we got to do in certain plays. So
It seemed like once Omega came back from
So just wanted to share a little bit from that excerpt. Um, Taylen feels pretty good about this device, and if you go back to pretty much the whole origin, of this, he said that he was talking to Jayden Daniels. So evidently he hooked up with Jayden Daniels sometime this summer and actually seeking, insight on, you know, what it takes to be great. And that's the most that I admire from Green is to having the courage to actually you know, to humble yourself and actually ask, I mean, people are not born great. And because of that, you have to surround yourself around greatness in order to be great. So I admire that for him to be talking to a guy like Jayden Daniels, a guy. I'm not saying that Taylor is just like him, but they have a lot of similarities in terms of how they play the game. They both, um, have weapons with their feet, and they both can really throw it, and they both can throw on the run. And you know, I like the fact that he's reached out to him and to to get counseling. And um, I was happy to hear that he was able to convince the coaching staff to invest in it. And not only did they invest in it, but they invested into him and the backup quarterback, KJ Jackson, and everybody else that's in the quarterback room. So I think that's a major tool in actually, trying to, you know, get to the next level because as much as the game is to be played physically, it's really more mental than anything. So let's read this. I want to read this. Okay. So it says VR, virtual reality helps Daniels shine with Washington. So it's talking about Jayden Daniels. Perhaps the most notable of VR advocates is Washington Commanders quarterback Jayden Daniels, the reigning NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year. That's listen to that. He was the Offensive Rookie of the Year. First started using technology before his final season at LSU, and resulted was a breakout campaign that saw him win the Heisman Trophy and became the number 2 pick in the 2024 draft. The technology, which is actually through a different company than one that Arkansas has brought in, was so instrumental to his success that Daniels reportedly made it a requirement for any team that drafted him. Sure enough, he continued using it with the Commanders and credited for accelerating his adjustment to the pro level under offensive coordinator Cliff Kingsbury. It moves faster within the VR than in actual human beings, Daniels told the Athletic last year. Once you get out there on the field, everything slows down. And I know this is coming. I've seen this before, and it moved more than 20 times faster in VR. Despite playing for a team that went 4-13 the year before, Daniels looked like a superstar in the making. He led Washington to a 12-5 mark that was good enough to make the playoffs while completing 69% of his passes. 69%, y'all. Now keep in mind that Taylor completed 60% last year. So for him to be reaching out to him, I think that is great for Razorback fans. So I finished the article by saying only Jake Browning, who had a 70.4% rate in 2023, completed more, but he did so on just half the attempts as Daniels. So to put everything into a perspective, I mean, it's proven to work. I mean, we saw it work. We saw it work for Jayden Daniels last year. We saw Jayden Daniels at LSU. I mean, we saw this. He got the Heisman Trophy. I mean, in the NFL, it didn't look like he was a rookie, and he gives credit to his study. And his study came from this technology. So what does that mean for us Hog fans? We can only wait and see. Arkansas Razorback fans, check this out. Taylen Green was 11th in the SEC in QBR rating out of 16 quarterbacks in 2024. Green was ranked seventh best quarterback in 2025 by preseason scout from Rotoballer. His name is Jackson Sparks. And this is what he said. It was difficult to rank Taylen Green. The former Boise State transfer has the talent to be among elite SEC quarterbacks. His physical tools are tough to question, but his lack of consistency was his shortcoming last year. And that said, a second year under offensive coordinator Bobby Petrino's system could be a big result in Green being a breakout star of the SEC in 2025. Green has NFL talent, size, and speed. And if he vastly improves his quarterback IQ and his ability to process information, he's a clear second round pick or better. Moving right along. So this is the part of my show where I like to send a social shout out, a recognition to my followers on X. And I want to send a quick shout out to Ride or Die Hog 24. Shout out to you. Yeah, he basically Ride or Die stated that Taylen Green has to become more of a passer than a runner for Arkansas to be successful. And he stated that he's not sure he can do it. Well, I mean, those are gunshots. So shots are fired. I'll tell you this, Ride or Die. Bobby Petrino's system is quite complex, and it typically takes quarterbacks a couple of years to process everything within the offense. So with that fact being stated, I feel like there's a great chance that he could raise his level and vastly improve as a quarterback for the Hogs. Appreciate that comment though, Ride or Die, man. I appreciate you for sharing your thoughts, and I always want my followers to state how they feel. Drop the comment. and you can hit me on X at wineboss1978. So the bottom line is, it's not a secret that Taylen Green has to be much better, and he has to command over this Bobby Petrino offense way better than he did last year. That's without a doubt. That is without a doubt. We know that. And I believe that Taylen knows this, which is why he even reached out to superstar and NFL sophomore quarterback Jayden Daniels. I admire him again for seeking out, insight from great quarterbacks that have been successful. That shows that he really wants to be better, and I really admire that about Taylor. And I admit that, I wasn't a big fan of him last year because of the way that, his flaws was obvious, and he wasn't really a cerebral quarterback, and he really didn't do much film study last year. And you can kind of see that in some of the way decisions that he made and the way that he played the game, and I wasn't a fan of that. But based on what I'm seeing now, he's showing me that he knows where his weaknesses were, which it was the cerebral part of the game. And from the looks of things so far, he looks like he's improving on those things. And now I'm all of a sudden becoming a fan of his now. I really am. And I believe that the coaches obviously know that he has to be better as well, which is why they agreed to invest into virtual reality technology. And if we look at how advanced that made Jayden Daniels the past couple years, then it's evident that this device is worth the investment. And hopefully, and just hopefully, for us Hog fans, it really does work. I believe it will, though. I do. So that's it for today's episode 3 of the Sports Zone. If you like what you heard, and if you like what you see, do the thing, people. Do the thing, good people. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you follow, and make sure you share with your fellow Hog fans. Catch me at WineBoss1978 for more takes and behind the scenes action. And until the next time, stay bold, stay loyal, and go out.